All right, my people, what's good? I'm excited, man. This project with Mean Green Select has been fulfilling to see these youngsters really understand basketball and grow, and you can see their confidence grow. And that's what Mean Green's all about, to empower. And also the community. I want to give a major shout out to all the parents, the grandparents that come out with Mean Green basketball and make these kids' dreams literally start working to become a reality. This episode, I really want to focus on what takes place and the philosophy behind the games. I truly believe that more practice should be done versus games. I look at European basketball and you can see the influence of Europeans migrating to the NBA. And it's not because they're taller, stronger, or faster. It has nothing to do with that. They're more fundamentally sound. Overseas, they practice, and play. In America, especially with AAU, we're starting to notice kids are now play, and maybe one practice. With Mean Green basketball, we're going to follow more of the grassroots of the European. You're going to notice that a lot of our players do our workouts, and then we practice, and then we play. And we don't play every single weekend for those meaning and for those reasons. So you're seeing now the concept of the way that we even practice. I don't just throw a ball out and tell them to scrimmage for 60 minutes or 90 minutes. I slow them down. We worked on the fundamentals at the beginning, from knowing how to jump stop to correctly doing a chest pass to knowing how to catch the ball, whether you're catching it for a pass or maybe you're getting prepped and ready to shoot the ball. Even from the standpoint of communication, calling someone by their name if they're not looking, or when you're subbing in and you're subbing out. These are all fundamental principles that we're discovering at Mean Green practices. So it's not just roll the ball out for a select tournament, it's more so of empowering our kids to really find success as they move forward from third grade to fourth grade and beyond. Now I want to really take my time and talk about each player that is represented for the Mean Green Select team. From a coach's perspective, I would love to give you what I see in this kid and what I'm looking forward to coach, and also potentially the projection of what I see them doing. All these kids come from being the best player on their team every year they play basketball. You see, when you're in the leagues, typically it's a draft where you bring your own team, or it's an automation where they just give you some random kids, and typically you have one or two kids that know how to play, others that kind of know how to play but they really don't want to play, and then others, they're just touching the court for the very first time. This is totally different because now you're getting the best player from every school, putting them on one team. So my first thing and initial thought as I'm getting our Mean Green Select players together is, how do they collaborate with each other? Because they're used to being the man. They're used to being the best rebounder on their team, the best scorer, the best defender, the best passer, the best dribbler. But we all can't bring the ball down the court, and we all can't be in the front spot when it's time to get to the free throw lineup. So that's one of my first things that I'm trying to configure as we select the teams, but also put our kids in a position to win. So I'm gonna start with Mark. Mark is going to be one of the heartbeats of our team. He's one of our guards. I call him a combo guard because he's going to play point, and he's also going to play shooting guard for us. And the reason why I call him and a couple others the heartbeat of our team is because leadership is such a big factor to me. When he comes to practice or the game, if he's low demeanor, if he's making excuses, if he's complaining, if he doesn't play hard, guess what? You see the way my body language changed on camera? Everybody's gonna feel the same exact way. And that's why I love Mark so much. When I first see him, I'm always dapping him up. What's up, Mark? And his personality is so cool. A quick story. One time we was in the middle of a timeout in our first scrimmage, and I was like, great job, guys, way to go. And Mark raised his hand. I was like, what's up, Mark? And he was like, hey, coach, can I go to my mom? I was like, no, man, we're in the middle of a game. We go back on the court. Next time we had a break on the sideline, he raised his hand again. He was like, hey, coach, can I go talk to my mom? I was like, Mark, what you need to go talk to your mom for? He's like, she has my water. Right, so the personality behind him as well is awesome. And I love the fact that the people are gonna follow his energy and effort. He's ferocious on the defensive end. When a guy see him coming and he's picking him up full court, I know they do not want to see this dude come after that ball. But if he do it, the other 9 teammates are gonna also do the same thing. If he's positive, the other 9 teammates are gonna be positive. If he's sharing the ball and passing the ball, everybody else is gonna do it. If he's going out there fearless, everybody else is gonna be fearless. So you're going to see a lot of the next following weeks and months when I'm with Mark. I'm going to really build his character as a leader because he's an athlete. He plays football, basketball, baseball. He's a stud in everything that he touched. Austin, I call him Off's dog. He's another one, man. Him and Mark actually played together on teams that I've coached against, and his energy and effort, I'll pull both of them to the side before and say, hey, I need y'all to be positive, even when you turn the ball over, when you miss shots, when we lose, because everybody else look up to y'all. And with Austin, he's just an all-out baller. He's the type, even at a young age, instead of the ball going out of bounds and he just chase it, he know at the very young age to dive like Dennis Rodman, tap it in, fall on the ground, and he knows how to roll into it. If you ever see him playing, you'll see footage of him. He knows how to draw contact, get his body to hit someone else but still finish or get to the free throw line. So basketball with him is, for me, learn how to dribble and play, that's the least of my worries. With him is more of confidence, because he's one of our shorter guys with Mark, but he plays like a freaking giant, and I want him to know that. So he's going to get bumped all the time, so I'm always going to be the first one to tell him to get up. It's going to be times where people want to trap him. It's because you're good, and I want him to know that, and that's what I'm looking for with him. But he's probably one of our best shooters from the three-point line. He's probably one of our best shooters from the free throw line, one of our best ball handlers. His IQ on the basketball court is tremendous, so I'm looking forward to seeing him do that but grow as a leader as well. Tyus. You know, Tyus is cool because originally he wasn't a part of the first 10. And I'm so grateful that the opportunity came for him and he was able to join. Tyus, I think now, it's funny because he's night and day from his tryout. Night and day. I mean, I think you got to remember, at 9, they're trying to impress somebody. So maybe he thought shaking people and breaking people's ankles and shooting fadeaway threes was going to be impressive. Now all that is out the window and we're in practice scenarios and game scenarios. Oh, he's probably one of our best scorers. Like hand down, pound to pound, size for size, ball on ball defender. Oh, he's one of our best on the team. The thing that I'm looking forward to him is for him to learn the game. Right now he's jumping in a little later than others, so he has to learn all the plays, offensively, defensively. He's playing the guard, but I can also use him at the point guard. So it's a lot of concepts he has to learn, and I'm looking forward for him to learn it. Now, the thing that I'm intrigued with him to learn it is the difference between playing on the street and structure basketball. Because street is kind of like, hey, it's make it, take it, or it's my time to shoot the ball, but structure is totally different. So for him to find his lane on how to score, pick his spots on the court where he shoot good from versus maybe that's not his strength, how to use angles to cut people off defensively. Even defensively, you just can't come up and just swipe down to get the ball because typically an automatic foul. So for him, I think he's going to be one of our leading scorers on the team. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to build a foundation in him so he can literally grow. And it's just a route to him becoming what he's going to become. Justin, man, you look at Justin and you're like, oh, he's a football player, because he is. But he's not that type of football player that's just there to foul. I think Justin's one of our best rebounders. He's actually one of our best passers. He's one of our most poised players that we have when it comes to people applying pressure against us. So Justin might play literally the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, and the 1. But learning factors for him, I'm noticing that he must have been the best player everywhere else he played in basketball. But when it comes to select ball, I notice sometimes he changed his speed, and sometimes his speed is too fast for what he's trying to do. So to teach him and mold him how, hey, if you're on a fast break and you're dribbling and you want to pull up to shoot a jump shot, we're not going to lean, because now he has to go faster than typically he would. So just to show him how to control his speed is going to be really good for him. But I'm looking forward to see him compete against people that are bigger and stronger than him, because it looks like he's always bigger and stronger than everybody else. But if that's the case, then he's going to have to fall more into the foundation of basketball and the fundamentals of it versus just being stronger and faster than everybody. So love the kid, had to have him on the team. Caden, he's our biggest guy on the team, but he's not the biggest guy that can't play. He can play. He can handle the ball. He's our best passer. You'll notice on our press breaks and our inbounds plays, he's probably going to be the one initiating all the movements because he's our best passer. He's poised. He's one of those kids that he doesn't get too high, but he doesn't get too low. One day, because he's such a strong guy, I was trying to mentally connect with him and say, hey, Caden, give me something, man. What makes you mad? What's the thing that just, ugh? And he was like, nothing. So with him, man, I'm looking forward to him. He's like Justin. I want to see him play against people taller and stronger than him, because he's always been able to use his height and his strength to just overdo people, overwhelm them, overpower them. But now he's not gonna be able to do that, which means the foundation and the fundamentals of the game. Because he's tall, I don't want him to ever feel like he can't dribble. So you're gonna always see me put him in scenarios where I want him to dribble the ball. Shooting for him is gonna be key, because right now he pushes the ball a lot when he shoots. But I really want him to slow down and start focusing on his form and his follow through, because he gets to the free throw line so much. We're gonna win games because he gets to the free throw line. And if he's converting those free throws, Mean Green Select's gonna be tough, because he's gonna get to the free throw line quite a bit. B, Braden. B is awesome. He's like a ball of energy. If you ever see him play, right when he get in, he's like moving his knees real fast, using his arms, and he has so much energy, but he's just athletically fast. He's tall, he has great size for his age. And he's one of my kids that actually has a good follow-through form from the three-point line. But every now and then, B's gonna do it. He's not gonna be looking at the goal, and he's just gonna turn around and he's just gonna shoot it. And part of that is just nerve. And I want him to get more reps on the court, because the more reps he get on the court, the more comfortable he's gonna be on the court. And we're really gonna need him, especially from rebounding purposes. There's a lot of growth moments with B. You know, dribbling with his left hand is gonna be a big. He's pretty good on his right, but if he gotta go left, he's picking the ball up. Second, just like others, he's coming from a league where they had to get back when you get the ball, they had to go back to the half court line. So for him, sometimes he wants to wait for people to get back, but this is big boy ball, so they're trying to take the ball from him. So for him to possess the ball and keep it in tripple threat position, looking for the point guard, or if he's comfortable enough to dribble down. So those factors with him is gonna be great. And I'm tough on B, man. I'm real big for when we call timeouts, for red practice, we don't walk to the next spot, we jog. So with him, because I think he's been the best player sometimes, he's kind of like, I kind of get I'm the alpha man, I get to do what I want. And for me, it's gonna be cool, because I wanna lay a foundation of those simple rules that we do in basketball, run into the timeout breaks, run into the next spot in practice, because when he gets to the next level, that's an expectation and is mandatory. So I don't want him to develop any bad habits. So, man, but we need the kid. He's gonna be great. Micah, he was an addition after we started. He's one of our bigs. He's probably the tallest player on our team. I know his family, his mom, his uncle, all of them are super tall, so the kid's probably gonna be tall. But Micah, I just want him, he has a nice touch, but I think the game of basketball is so fast, and he's trying to process so much. You notice with tall kids at this age level, they're trying to figure out how to coordinate their body. And here we go, trying to tell them to dribble with the left, dribble with the right, don't run with the ball. So with him, he's gonna have a lot of lessons learned at this pace of basketball, because again, they're not getting back to the half court line when they grab a rebound. So he's gonna have to learn, like, oh, I get the rebound, I gotta look for my guard. Okay, now I gotta go run to my offensive spot. Somebody shot the ball, I gotta go get the offensive rebound. I have to take the ball out. I can't pass the line when I'm taking it out. All these rules for basketball, as we get older, it seems like it's easy, but man, there are a lot of rules that they gotta remember at this age. And now he's on a select team, so my goal for him and my projection, he's gonna be a monster on those rebounds. He's gonna be an incredible shot blocker. He's gonna be a guy that when a guard comes baseline, he's right there to defend it, and having that soft touch, getting those easy inbounds plays. But again, we have a lot of work. We're gonna have to learn the plays. First time you hear it, and it's tough because when mom, dad, and everybody comes and celebrates you at a game, sometimes you don't hear coach, and coach can't walk you through it. So that's gonna be my hope for him, is that as we get through the weeks, that he learn these plays and it puts him in a position to succeed and find success. Who else do I have? Carter. So Carter is one of our younger guys. Everybody on the team is in the third grade besides Carter and Christopher and Caleb, my kids. Carter, I think he's a combo guard, honestly. I think he's a point guard, shooting guard. That's what I really feel as I see his game, the natural habitat of him wanting to handle the ball with his right and left. He knows every single play, and he knows every position to every play. So it's real cool to see him bring the ball down the court, put people in his spots. The tough part of being a second grader versus playing against a fourth grader is the ball pressure. If he gets a rebound or they're pressing us, because he's in the second grade and coming from a league that makes you get back, he's not used to chest riding him down as he's trying to dribble the ball counting pressure, and they're stronger and taller and just as fast. Even though he's tall for his height, playing against fourth graders and third graders, he's not as tall. So I think the tough part for me is I want to put him at the point, but I want to protect his confidence. So whenever I have the opportunity to put him at point guard, I'm going to put him there, but I'm not going to just put him against the two fastest third and fourth graders where they're trapping him the whole game. But when you talk about touch, creating separation, running a pick and roll, he got it. Part of him is just going to be learning how to battle against people that's stronger and faster, because once he get back to his age, he's going to dominate. And I'm already seeing that back in the league play that he plays in. One thing that my goal and my heart for him is his aggressive nature. Because he's so skilled, sometimes I see him kind of a little bit more laid back, but I want him to be such an aggressor. When that ball's in the air and he can go get it, I don't want him to like second think it. I always want him to go attack. If you got to knock somebody over, knock them over, go get that steal. If it's a rebound, coach don't care, go get an offensive rebound and go over the back. I want him to have that type of aggressiveness, because it's more than just basketball here, right? If he's aggressive on the court, he's going to be aggressive in everything that he touches. And I'm looking forward to just continue to coach him and see him mold him into being aggressive on the offensive end, the defensive end, decision makings, and everything that he do. But the kid is tough. Oh, he's tough. Christopher, he's the older brother of the twins. Christopher's the lefty. And when you see him shoot that ball and hold that follow through, the gym literally, like, they shut up, because it's a beautiful thing to see. The cool thing about CJ, he's just one of those kids that he would just go in the front yard and just shoot around, because he just loves it. You can see him imagine he's in Game 7 in the playoffs or in March Madness, because he loves the game. And his ball handling, he got the in and out, he got the hesitation moves, like, he got it. He has good height, good size, but because I'm dad and coach, this sometimes becomes difficult, because I see him obviously being great, but there are a lot of things he's gonna have to work on. Think James Harden, but in the second grade, playing against third and fourth graders. You wanna go left, but when you can't go left, what do? So I'm looking forward to seeing him being able to go behind the back or go between the legs or cross over and go towards his right. He can do that, but he's not that confident right now. And then when he does do that against someone older and they turn him from left to right and he needs to go back left and then back right, it's too much for him, especially when somebody's stronger and faster than him. So for him to be able to handle ball pressure and get to his spots, oh man, that's gonna be awesome to see. And that's the projection for him, to be able to not just rely on the left side, or if he is on the left side, can you go back to the right side? Now, again, he's gonna get to that basket, he's gonna get to the free throw line, but can he adapt? Knowing the plays and being aggressive, that's what he do, and I'm looking forward to seeing him continue to grow. Caleb, to wrap all this up, he's the minute younger brother, but he's taller, he's super long. You look at Caleb, you think he's one of my older kids, but he's actually the youngest kid on the whole roster. And he's a glue guy. He's the one that's getting the deflections. That won't show in the box scores. He's the one diving on the ball. That's not going to show in the box scores. He's the one that's getting the jump ball and getting the extra possession. He knows all the plays. None of that will show, but that's why he deserves the time that he gets, because he puts people in places for those that don't know the plays. He's getting extra possessions, and that's what I love to see. He's tall. He gets to the free throw line. He knocks down free throws. The thing that I want him to learn in the next couple weeks and months is all the dribbling drills that he do, to incorporate that now into the basketball game. You ever watch Caleb at our Mean Green workouts? He's probably one of the top people to go through the cone drills, from crossing over, between the legs each side, hesitation moves, in and out moves, behind the back, spin moves, jab step to the right, going left, shimmying, going right. You put him on a cone drill, whew, he's tough. But he hasn't put those cone drills into play. And part of it is because the division he was in last season in his league, he was the tallest, he was strongest, fast, so he could literally just get the ball and go straight. Either it was an and one or you're getting out his way. Nobody forced him to go left. Nobody forced him to go another direction. Nobody forced him to use a jab step or a pump fake. But now he's playing against people that are taller and stronger, which now either he's gonna sink or swim. And obviously the days he do sink, we're here as a team and as a coach to build him up. But man, if he gets that down in this spring and summer, he's gonna be tough. That's Mean Green. All right, this is our third grade team, we call it 9U. And I elaborated on everybody and I spent a lot of time on doing it, but that's how much I love these guys. The coaches, for the most part, is me and my brother. My brother helps out, and the parents has been great, helping them remember plays. I'm gonna say this boldly, because it's hard to do so, and this is why I'm so grateful for the Mean Green parent community. It's hard to coach a group of kids when you know the parents are coaching from the sideline telling the kid to do something different. If I'm telling Mark to run 4 high, and I'm saying this because I know his dad really, really well, his dad's not gonna tell him, hey, don't pass it to nobody, go shoot every shot. I'm so appreciative of that. If Micah's mom was like, yo, when you get the ball, don't ever pass to anybody else, but I'm telling him to run an inbounds play, that's really hard. So I have to take time and give all the parents to the Mean Green community and guardians, grandparents, a big thank you for trusting me with your kid. All right. So again, this was a huge breakdown of our development and also our kids. Next time you see us, we'll be at our first tournament. So our first tournament, we're going in a 3rd grade division. It's gonna be our first time playing talent in the 3rd grade versus just playing 4th graders and 3rd graders. So we'll see what it got. But again, man, I appreciate your time. If you're in the Houston community, especially North Houston, make sure you come out and train with us. We train Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you're interested in online training, look down below. We offer online training where maybe you're like me at a park and you can do your workouts with your kid, or maybe you're at the front yard. Great way to build a foundation. Even if you don't know how to play basketball, this is a great way of not trying to figure it out, but trusting someone that does and implement it with your kid. Other than that, make sure you like down below. It helps us. Subscribe. We'll see you next week.